Liam had never imagined that working on a space station could feel so lonely. The endless hum of machines, the cold lights, and the polite but distant greetings from aliens made each day feel the same. He missed Earth's warm sunsets, noisy streets, and casual smiles. He worked as an engineer on Station K9, a neutral zone where many species met to trade and learn. Humans were still new to the galactic scene, so most aliens either looked at Liam with curiosity or ignored him. Only one seemed different, a tall alien woman named Ella from the Turin race. Ella was quiet, graceful, and always carried herself with calm strength. Her skin had a soft silver glow, and her long hair moved like silk in zero-G. She didn't talk much, but when she did, her voice was smooth and respectful. They worked in the same maintenance team. Liam often admired her skills and calm focus, though he didn't say much to her beyond greetings. That evening, after a long day repairing power relays near the oxygen farms, Liam stretched and yawned. "Well," he said, brushing dust from his shirt, "I'm heading to my room. Good night, Ella." Ella, who had been placing tools back into the locker, suddenly stopped moving. Her eyes widened, and her gaze locked onto his. She stood still. For a few seconds too long. Liam blinked. See you tomorrow," he added nervously. Waving a hand, she gave a slow nod. "Yes, I accept," she said quietly. Before Liam could ask what she meant, she turned and walked away. Liam frowned. "Weird," he muttered. "Maybe just a translation thing." Back in his small room, Liam sat on his bed and turned on his data tablet. He began reading a short novel to relax. Outside, Station K9 floated silently in orbit, surrounded by stars in our past. Then his door opened. Liam looked up, confused. He hadn't buzzed anyone in. Standing at the entrance was Ella, wearing her formal warrior robe, holding a small sleeping mat and a ceremonial blade on her back. "Hey," Liam said, sitting up. She stepped inside calmly and said, "I have come. Your signal was clear." "Signal?" he asked, baffled. "Your goodnight phrase," she explained, "in Turin culture. That is the final word before shared rest." "Wait, what?" Liam's eyes widened. No, it's just something humans say at night. It means I'm going to sleep. Not an invitation." Ella tilted her head. "You said it with tone and warmth. In my language, that means more. It is a sacred offer. Are you now withdrawing it?" Liam panicked. "No. Yes. I didn't mean to invite anyone. I didn't know." Ella studied him. Then, without saying more, she rolled her mat out on the floor near his bed. She placed her blade beside her and sat cross-legged. Liam watched, frozen. "Do you need the bed?" she asked calmly. "No. Yes. I'll sleep on the floor." He stammmed raised an eyebrow, but said nothing. She closed her eyes and began meditating. Liam slowly grabbed his pillow and blanket and moved to a corner, sitting on the cold floor. He used his towel as a blanket and curled up uncomfortably. His heart pounded in his chest. What just happened? How had Goodnight turned into this? He didn't sleep well. Every sound from Ella's side made him tense. She slept quietly, like a stone statue. By morning, Liam's back hurt. He sat up and looked over him. Ella was already awake, doing some kind of morning stretch with slow, flowing movements. "Morning," he said weakly. "You slept well?" she asked. Not really," he admitted. "You humans have strange habits," she said, not unkindly. Liam sighed. "Ella, about last night. Can we talk?" "Of course," she said. He sat on the bed, trying to find the right words. "Where I come from, goodnight is just something people say. It doesn't mean anything romantic or sacred. It's like saying see you later. I didn't mean to send a signal." Ella's face stayed calm, but Liam noticed something change in her eyes. Maybe hurt, maybe confusion. "I see," she said softly. "On Turin, that word is sacred, only given to the one who has earned a place in your rest space. To offer it, then take it back, is seen as great dishonor." "I didn't mean to insult you," he said quickly. "I'm sorry. I just didn't know." She nodded. "Then The fault is not yours. Perhaps we both have much to learn. She stood, picked up her mat and blade, and walked toward the door. Before leaving, she turned and said, "I will see you later, Liam." Liam sat there, rubbing his face. He had no idea how things got so strange. But deep inside, he couldn't stop thinking about her soft words, "I accept." He didn't know what it meant yet, but maybe he would. Liam felt nervous all day. Every time he walked through the station halls, he thought people were looking at him. Maybe it was just in his head. Or maybe it was because Ella had stayed in his room last night. It hadn't been romantic. Not even close. He had spent the night in the corner, cold and confused, while she quietly slept on her mat. Still, something about the whole thing made him feel like he'd broken a rule or many. In the cafeteria, he grabbed a food tray and sat down. Across the room, a group of alien workers sat whispering, glancing in his direction. One of them, a short creature with glowing spots on its arms, gave him a slow nod of respect. Liam nearly dropped his fork. "What is going on?" he muttered to himself. Then someone sat down beside him. He turned to see Trent, another human engineer. He leaned in, smirking. "So, you and the Terrene warrior, huh?" Trent whispered with a grin. Liam groaned. "Please don't start. It's not what you think, dude. She walked out of your room this morning. People talk." Liam put his face in his hands. "I just said goodnight. She thought it meant something else." "It was a cultural misunderstanding." Trent raised an eyebrow. "You accidentally proposed to a warrior woman." Liam looked up. "Apparently, yes." Trent laughed. "Well, better start picking out wedding colors." "Not helping," Liam said. After lunch, Liam returned to work. He kept his head down, checking wires and running diagnostics. But everywhere he went, he felt eyes on him. Some were amused, others looked impressed. He finally cornered Commander Rail, a calm, older alien who supervised their department. "Commander," Liam said quietly, "I need to ask something important about Terrene Customs." Rail blinked. Slowly, "So the rumors are true." Liam sighed. "I didn't mean anything. I said goodnight as a human habit, not knowing it meant something different to her. She came to my room thinking it was an invitation." Rail nodded. "Terrene culture is built on honor and ritual. If you use that word with warmth, she would see it as a serious bond offer. It is not taken lightly." "I didn't know," Liam said. "I didn't want to hurt her." "Then you must make it right," Rail said simply. "How?" "Terrene value directness and respect. Show her that you want peace and understanding. Speak with her in her way." That evening, Liam searched his tablet for Terrene customs. He learned how they expressed apologies, not with flowers or gifts, but with small gestures of humility, bowing the head, showing open hands, and repeating the phrase, "I speak with honor and no shadow." It was used to clear tension. He memorized it. He found Ella sitting alone in the training hall, polishing her blade. He walked up quietly and stopped a few steps away. Her eyes met his calmly. Liam took a breath, bowed his head, and held out his hands. "By speak with honor and no shadow," he said. La paused, then slowly set down her blade. "You speak wisely now," she said. "I made a mistake," Liam said softly. "I didn't understand the meaning of the word. On Earth, it's just a habit. But I know now. To you, it's sacred." "Yes," she said. "On Terrene, it is the final word before a bond begins." "I didn't mean to offer a bond," he continued. "But I do respect you, and I don't want things to be broken between us." She looked at him, silent for a moment. Then she gave a small nod. "You did not act with harm," she said. "And now you try to heal. That means something." Liam smiled a little. "I'm still learning." "Then let us teach each other," she said. They sat together after that, talking softly. Ella told him about her homeworld, the red skies, the great mountains, the battles she trained for since childhood. Liam shared stories of Earth, movies, laughter, simple meals with family. And for the first time since he'd come to this station, he didn't feel so alone. As they parted ways that night, Liam gave her a small nod. "See you tomorrow, Ella." She smiled, then added something new. "May your rest be peaceful, human." He felt his chest warm. He didn't say goodnight this time, but somehow, it still felt like the start of something different. For the next few days, Liam and Ella continued working side by side. Things felt easier now. There was no tension in the air, just quiet respect. They didn't speak much while repairing damaged cables or checking oxygen filters, but when they did, it was thoughtful and honest. Liam noticed something new too. Ella had started asking him questions. At first, it was about human tools and equipment. Then, slowly, about human habits. She asked why humans laugh so often, or why they use so many small words like hi, bye, okay, and sorry. Liam tried his best to explain. Sometimes we speak just to feel connected, he said. It doesn't always carry deep meaning. Ella nodded thoughtfully. On Turin, every word is chosen. Silence is not empty, it is respectful. Liam smiled. I think I'm learning that now. One day, after finishing a task early, Ella turned to him and asked, "Would you like to walk the outer ring with me?" The outer ring of the station had large glass panels showing the stars, the moons, and the slow movement of space traffic. It was peaceful, quiet, and rarely crowded. Sure, Liam said, surprised. I'd like that. They walked slowly, side by side. Liam glanced at her a few times, still amazed by how calm she looked. Most Turin warriors were known to be serious and distant, but Ella had a quiet warmth now. You're different from what I expected, Liam said softly. Aey Lau looked at him. You expected someone colder, maybe, he admitted. But you've been patient, even when I made a big mistake. You showed humility, she said. On my world, many would defend their words with pride, even if they were wrong. But you apologized, and you listened, Liam chuckled. Maybe I'm not the best human, but I try. They stood near a large window, watching a transport ship drift past the station. The stars behind it shimmered like dust on Turin. Ella said suddenly, we believe the stars are the memories of those who came before us. Liam looked up. That's beautiful. It reminds us that we are never truly alone, she said. He nodded. Earth has stories like that too. We just explain them differently. They stood in silence, just watching. No rush, no awkwardness. Then the sound of soft footsteps made them turn. 3 officers passed by. 2 were human. 1 was an alien. They glanced at Liam and Ella, then whispered something and kept walking. Liam sighed. I think people are still talking. Ella turned her head slightly. Because of our shared night. Yeah, he said. Even though nothing happened, they think it did. Ella didn't seem bothered. To them, it is something strange. To us, it was a sacred mistake. But now, it is just part of our story. Liam smiled. You're handling this better than I am. Because I have accepted it, she replied. Maybe I should too, Liam said. She looked at him for a moment. Do you wish our paths had never crossed? He blinked. No, not at all. She nodded once, then let it be. They continued their walk, quietly enjoying the stillness of space for the first time in weeks. Liam didn't feel like a stranger among aliens. He felt seen, understood. That night, back in his room, Liam sat on his bed and thought about everything. How one word, goodnight, had started all this. It was strange. A mistake, yes, but it had opened something new. He stared at the wall, thinking of Ella's calm eyes, her steady voice, the way she moved like a storm held in control. Maybe things didn't happen by chance. Maybe it was the stars, like she said. His door buzzed. He stood quickly, heart skipping a beat. It wasn't Ella. Just a small delivery drone dropping off spare parts. He let out a breath and laughed to himself. Calm down, he whispered. But part of him wasn't sure he wanted to. The next few days passed quietly. Liam returned to his regular duties. But something inside him had changed. Before, the station had felt cold and lonely. Now, every hallway, every quiet corner, felt like it held some meaning. Not because the station had changed, but because Ella was part of it. He saw her more often now. Sometimes they shared a work task, other times they simply passed each other in the corridor. Even a small nod from her made Liam feel better. Her presence gave him a strange comfort, like the calm in a storm. One evening, as he walked into the shared lounge to grab a drink, he heard laughter. Several officers, both alien and human, were gathered around a table, talking loudly. He didn't think much of it until he heard someone say, "So, the human made one mistake and now he's her bonded mate." Another voice replied, "I heard." She claimed him before he even knew what it meant. Liam froze. They were talking about him. He slowly turned to leave, but it was too late. One of them, a tall man from the food supply crew, saw him. "Hey, Liam," he called. "Where's your warrior queen?" The others chuckled. Liam forced a small smile. "Just getting some water," he said, trying to stay calm. He filled his cup and walked out quickly, heart pounding. He didn't like being the center of gossip, especially not for something he didn't mean to do. As he turned the corner, he nearly bumped into HFY. She stepped back gracefully and raised an eyebrow. "You are walking fast." Liam looked embarrassed. "Just needed a break from the lounge." "People are talking again." She tilted her head. "About us, yeah," he admitted. "They think you claim me, like I belong to you." Ella was quiet for a moment. Then she asked, "Do you feel owned?" "No," Liam said quickly. "I just don't like feeling like a joke." She nodded. "On Tyreen, to be claimed is not shameful. It is an honor. But if their words hurt you, then we must face it." "Face it how?" "With truth," she said simply. The next day, Ella requested a short meeting in the main assembly room. It wasn't formal, just a few people from their team and nearby departments. Liam stood beside her, unsure of what she was planning. When the group had gathered, Ella stepped forward. "Many here have spoken of me and the human called Liam," she said calmly. "Some speak in jest, some speak in falsehood. I speak now." To clear it, the room grew quiet. He spoke words not knowing their weight. "I answered with my custom, not his." We did not understand each other. Now, we do. She looked around the room. There is no dishonor, no secret, and no shame. Let the gossip stop here. There was silence. A few nodded. One alien clapped once in respect. No one laughed. HFY turned to Liam and gave a short bow. "We walk in peace." Liam nodded, surprised but grateful. As the small crowd left, he whispered, "Thank you for doing that. It was needed," she replied. Words spread quickly, but silence spreads faster when truth is spoken. They walked together again that evening. This time, they didn't talk much. They didn't need to. Before they parted, Ella paused outside Liam's door. "On Tyreen," she said. "When do people survive misunderstanding and choose to walk together after? It is the start of something stronger." "Like friendship?" Liam asked. She looked at him softly, "Or more." He didn't answer right away, but his smile was real. "Goodnight," he said. HFY gave a gentle smile. "I will not take it as a signal this time." They both laughed quietly. And for the first time, that word felt right between them. Liam stood near the control panel, watching the screen flicker with error messages. The cooling system in Sector 4 was acting strange again. Ella stood beside him, scanning the diagnostics with her usual calm focus. Coolant pressures rising too fast. Liam said, "We need to shut the valve manually." Ella nodded. "I'll go. It's closer to my side." Before he could say anything, she had already turned and climbed into the narrow maintenance shaft. Liam followed behind, tools in hand. Even in tight spaces, Ella moved like she had full control of her body, never bumping into anything. Liam, on the other hand, kept hitting his elbow. They reached the valve chamber. Steam hissed from the pipes, and the lights flickered overhead. "You sure about this?" Liam asked. "Yes," she said. "Stand back." Ella stepped up and turned the emergency valve slowly. It groaned, but after a few tense seconds, the pressure dropped. The system stabilized. "You did it," Liam said with a smile. Ella gave a small nod. "We did." They climbed out and walked back to the control station. Liam wiped his forehead. "You know," he said, "when I first met you, I thought you didn't like humans." Ella glanced at him. "I did not understand." "Humans, your ways are loud." Liam laughed. "Yeah, That's fair, but not all loud things are bad, she added softly. That made him pause. Over the next few days, Liam and Ella grew closer. They began sharing meals in the quiet dining area during odd hours when most people were asleep. Liam started bringing small items from Earth to show her, like a music player, a paper book, and once a small box of instant coffee. Ella found it bitter but interesting. In return, she showed him how to meditate in silence, how to hold a tureen blade properly, and how to use a respectful greeting form with open palms and bent head. He copied her movements, though a bit clumsily. You're learning quickly, she said one night after training. I have a good teacher, he replied. They sat together on the floor, watching the stars through the glass wall. Silence stretched between them, but it wasn't awkward. It was warm. Can I ask something personal? Liam said. Ella nodded. Why did you accept the Goodnight that night, even before knowing what I meant? Ella looked thoughtful. Because your voice was soft, your eyes did not lie. I felt no threat, only peace. Liam felt his heart beat a little faster, even if it was a mistake. Some mistakes reveal truth, she said. He didn't know what to say to that, but he knew he liked hearing her speak that way. The next day, the station alarm blared during mid-shift. Everyone stopped, red lights flashed, and a voice called out, warning, fire detected in storage deck 3. Liam and Ella both rushed toward the deck. A small fire had started due to a short circuit near a fuel cell container. Smoke filled the hallway, and panic spread quickly. Liam grabbed a breather mask and ran in to shut down the power manually. He could barely see through the smoke. As he reached the panel, something exploded behind him. Debris hit his shoulder, and he fell with a shout. Liam, a voice called. He turned and saw Ella push through the smoke, wrapping her arms around him. She dragged him out, one arm shielding his head, the other gripping his side. They collapsed. In the hall outside, medics rushed over. Is he breathing? One asked. Yes, Ella said, still holding him. But he needs help. Liam opened his eyes slowly. He looked up at her through blurry vision. You came for me, he whispered. La touched his cheek gently. Always. Later. Liam rested in the medbay with his arm in a sling. His burns were light, nothing serious. But the memory of the fire and Ella pulling him out remained clear in his mind. She visited quietly that evening. No armor, just her calm voice. You saved me, he said. You would have done the same, she replied. He nodded slowly. Maybe. But no one's ever risked that much for me before. She stepped closer, her eyes soft. You are no longer just someone I work beside, Liam. You are someone I trust. His voice was quiet. And maybe someone you care about. She didn't answer with words. She simply placed her hand gently over his and this time, neither of them needed to say goodnight. After the fire incident, things between Liam and Ella changed in a quiet but important way. Liam recovered quickly in the medbay, but his mind was full of new thoughts. He kept replaying the moment Ella risked herself to save him. No one had ever done that for him before. La, too, felt a shift inside her. She had always been proud and strong, but now she realized Liam was more than just a co-worker. He was someone who had earned her respect and care, not by force, but by kindness and honesty. One evening, Liam returned to his room after a long day fixing the station's life support filters. As he reached the door, he heard a soft knock. His heart skipped a beat, opening the door. He saw Ella standing there. She wasn't in her usual armor. She wore a simple robe, and her eyes held something warm and gentle. May I enter? She asked softly. Liam smiled. Of course. She stepped inside, looking around the small room. The stars outside the window glittered like diamonds. They sat down on opposite sides of the small table. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Ella broke the silence. Liam, I have thought much since the fire. Me too, he said. Our cultures are different. Words carry weight we do not always understand, but sometimes actions speak louder. Liam nodded slowly. I want to understand, not just your culture, but you. Ella looked at him, then asked. He hesitated. What do you want from me? She smiled faintly. Respect, patience, and honesty. You have all that from me, he promised. And what a friendship, she asked. I want that too, he said, and maybe more, if you want. Ella's eyes softened. We take small steps, Liam. Each step builds trust. They talked late into the night, sharing stories of their homes, hopes, and fears. Liam told her about Earth's oceans and forests. Ella described the wide plains of her homeworld, where her people hunted under twin suns. Liam realized how much he wanted to learn from her, not just about her people, but about life beyond his own world. Days passed, and their bond grew stronger. One night, Liam sat by the window, staring at the stars. Ella joined him quietly. "Good night," he said, a small smile on his face. This time, she returned the greeting with a soft smile. "Good night, Liam." There was no misunderstanding now. Their friendship was real. But peace on the station was fragile. A new message arrived from the Galactic Council. Heightened alert. Possible sabotage in nearby sectors. Liam and Ella joined the emergency team immediately. As they investigated, strange energy spikes appeared near the station's main power grid. Someone was trying to cause damage. Liam worked on the control panels while Ella patrolled the corridors. Suddenly, an explosion rocked the station. Lights flickered and alarms blared. Liam was thrown against a wall. Pain shot through his arm. Ella rushed to him. "Are you hurt?" "I'll be fine," he said, grimacing. But the explosion had caused a breach in the hull. Oxygen levels dropped rapidly. "We must seal the breach," Ella said firmly. Working together, they managed to close the damaged section, restoring airflow. After the chaos settled, Liam sat in the medbay, tired but relieved. AEY La entered quietly. Sitting beside him, "You risked much today," he said. "For you," she replied simply. Liam smiled, feeling a warmth that had nothing to do with the station's heating system. "Thank you," he whispered. Ella reached out, gently touching his hand. "We are more than co-workers now," she said. "We are allies, perhaps something more." Liam looked into her eyes, seeing a future filled with hope and trust. "Yes," he said softly, "something more." The days on Station K9 moved fast now. Liam and Ella worked closely, side by side. Their bond had grown from confusion to friendship, and now something deeper. It was quiet, gentle, and full of small moments that made Liam's heart race. One evening, as the station orbited the twin moons of Syrixa Prime, Liam sat in his room, thinking. The memories of their time together filled his mind, the laughter, the lessons, the quiet talks by the stars. There was a soft knock on the door. He stood quickly, surprised and hopeful. AEY La stepped inside. No armor, no formal robe, just her usual calm presence. "May I come in?" she asked. Liam smiled. "You already are." She walked over and sat on the edge of his bed. For a moment, they just looked at each other, words unnecessary. Finally, Liam said, "Good night." She smiled softly, a sparkle in her eyes. "I accept." This time, there was no misunderstanding. She reached out, taking his hand gently. Liam felt warmth spread through him. "I never thought a word like that could mean so much," he said. "Words hold power," Ella replied, "but it is our actions that give them life." They sat together, hands joined, feeling the steady beat of hope and trust. Later, Ella lay down on her sleeping mat nearby, but closer than before. Liam watched her calm breathing, feeling a quiet joy. It was not just the start of rest, it was the start of a new journey. The next morning, Liam woke to a soft touch on his shoulder. AEY La smiled. "Good morning, human," he smiled back. "Good morning, Tyreen." They shared breakfast, laughter, and stories. The station buzzed around them. But in their small world, there was peace. They knew challenges would come. The vast galaxy was full of dangers and unknowns. But together, they were stronger. Weeks later, Ella invited Liam to her quarters. The walls were decorated with tapestries and symbols of her home. She showed him a small pendant, a silver star, with the emblem of her clan. "This is a symbol of trust and protection," she said. "I give it to those I hold dear." Liam accepted it, feeling honored. "I want to protect you," He said simply, "And I, you," she replied. Their hands met again, fingers intertwining. As time passed, Liam learned more about Tyreen culture, and Ella learned about human ways. Their worlds were different, but their hearts found a connection. The story of the Goodnight misunderstanding became a favorite among their friends, a reminder that sometimes mistakes lead to beautiful things. One clear night, under the watchful stars, Liam and Ella stood together at the observation deck. Liam took her hand. "Thank you," he said, "for teaching me patience, honor, and kindness." Ella looked up at the stars, then back to him. "And thank you for teaching me the strength of forgiveness." They smiled, knowing that whatever the future held, they would face it together.